What is up, my friends? Welcome back to another video. As you can tell from the title of this video, another story time episode. I haven't had much time to make the kind of YouTube videos that I want to make, most in part because of, my family, being busy with my family life, work, and, not gonna lie, my arcade one-ups, I've been enjoying them a lot lately. So, and preparing to do reviews on some of those new machines that I got. So I haven't had time to make the videos I want to make, and those type of videos require a lot of extra editing time, and right now I didn't have the time for that. So you're getting another story time video. So this story, now let's just dive right into this. When I got out of the Marine Corps in 2007, a couple of years had gone by. So you gotta go. I started the martial arts like in 2009-ish. Yeah, 2 years had gone by since I got out of the Marine Corps, and I was getting fat and lazy and out of shape. So I went in. Luckily, living in New York, you have a lot of competition. There's a lot of different places where I can check out martial arts dojos within miles from my home. And I found out this great place, Kempo. It's an infusion, like a Hawaiian based infusion of martial arts, mixing Japanese karate and Chinese different kung fu martial arts, different kung fu styles of different Chinese styles, like you'd see on the Kung Fu Panda movie, where you have panda style, monkey style snake, mantis, tiger. I mean, those are actual Chinese, style. So yeah, this was a really cool infusion, even Aikido, a little bit of judo, MMA. It was a great dojo. I met a lot of good friends there, where I still keep in touch with on Facebook. My sensei, instructor, we became really good friends over time. We'd chat a little bit before the class would start, and then after class would end, and we became over time friendly outside of the dojo. I trained at night 3 times a week during the week, and we would do it was a full contact dojo at 8 p.m. Older teens, 18 and above, young 20-year-olds, some guys in their 30s. So it was mixed, and this was like 10 years ago. So I was in my mid 30s. I was starting to age a little bit, and this place got me into great shape again. Military style dojo, no bullshit, hardcore training. The first 20 minutes to half an hour of the session is nothing but hardcore working out and body conditioning. Loved it, So anyway, as time went on, I became friendly with my sensei, and we would spar, after class, and it was pretty cool. We had a cool relationship. We'd realize that we had a lot of interests as far as video games and movies and in sports, especially he was a Street Fighter 2 fan. So we had this cool little outside friendship, and along with a bunch of other cool students. So what I really enjoyed about that dojo was that it was like a release for me. I had missed that Marine Corps, full contact, so to speak, type of occupation, and for my own mental health, I needed to be still, physically training, and so I found a lot of great, relief in that dojo, and it has since closed down. It reopened to a different style. And my sensei had moved on. He found another job out in California, I think with his father. But we still keep in tabs. I have him on Instagram and Facebook. So anyway, getting to this story, we would train. Me and my sensei would train after hours. I would spar with him, and it was nice to spar with him, because I felt like I can go all out and just really go at him. And as far as when I was in class, I always felt like, even when I was training with some of these black belts, I feel like I can destroy them, so I got to go easy. A couple of times he had pit me against some black belts, after hours, full contact sparring, where these guys, young kids, probably mid-20s, they wanted to go and train, mixed martial arts and become a professional fighter. So my sensei would be like, hey, go up against Joe and spar, go up against Joe for, a round or two and see how you do. So anyway, yeah, that was like, you'd realize you go up against me, and I'd throw them a little fucking beating, and it just gets snapped down to reality. Some of these kids like, no, you're not the material for mixed martial arts. Anyway, so we had there was some talent there. There was some really good talent. There was this one black belt. He had like this kid was been training his whole life. He's mid-20s. He had like 3 white stripes on his black belt. I can't remember third dan. I don't remember what that means. But black belt don't really mean shit. It just means if you've completed, like you've graduated, so to speak, like your grades, like in school, 12th grade, you graduated high school, well, 12th grade, you got your black belt, you graduated, you got your black belt, you've completed the curriculum. So anyway, there was this really cool, this kid was really talented, about 5'9", $160, but, Bruce Lee, friggin' unbelievable body, lightning fast. So, a couple of years in, I got a chance to actually, spar with him, and I was really excited to, because I wanted to see. I always thought of myself as like very fast on my feet. I'm 6'2" at the time. In my prime, I'm about 185. When I'm in like my prime, I like to be around 200, 205. I feel like I look a little healthier. But so anyway, he was like a really talented black belt, 160, 5'8", 5'9". So we went a couple of rounds, and I took a lot of pride in avoiding his flurries, because he was fast as fuck, but he was also a little hesitant to get too close to me, because I was a lot bigger than him, and I was able to stick it to him a few shots. He was so fast, and he was like one of the fastest kids in that entire dojo, really talented, and he actually went on to open up his own martial arts dojo at his own like fitness gym. Really good kid, man. And I'll never forget sparring with him. It was like going up against Bruce Lee. He was so fast, and I was able to tag him up a couple of times, and he was not able to get any significant shots on me, probably because I'm friggin' I was a lot bigger than him, so whatever. But I never forget how talented that kid was. But and my instructor himself, man, my sensei, he was also really good. He, to me, I'm 6'2", 185. He was 5'10", about 250. Solid, though. I had more reach than him, but he was like friggin' Muhammad Ali on his feet. Very fast and agile for such a short, stocky, dude. I wouldn't say short. I said 5'10". He's probably like more like 5'9", but he stood up almost as like he was, 5'10". So anyway, just painting a little backstory as we get to this basketball game. So, as the years, go on, and we develop, a friendship. We get a little more comfortable with ourselves and with our friendship. And me as his student, I would, talk a little bit, because he's all of a sudden I'm realizing he's the greatest, Street Fighter. He's the greatest, he's the greatest at everything now, right? Not that he's the greatest at everything. He's a basketball player. All right, now he's got some basketball skills. So I'm like, all right, now I know I can freaking play basketball. I was playing basketball my whole life, man, and I'm very good at it. Like I never applied myself in school. Otherwise, maybe I could have went on to play, in college. But whatever, dude. I'm content. I was more of an extreme sports in high school. I enjoyed, skateboarding and biking, and basketball was my leisure, but I took a lot of pride on the basketball court, especially growing up in, Brooklyn, New York City, where if you lose, you're off the court, man. If you win, you continue to stay on the court all day. So that's my court. If you ever seen, White Men Can't Jump, the movie, you win, you stay on, you lose, get the fuck out, man. And you may not get another chance for a couple hours because you have people waiting in line to get their team on the court to play. So anyway, fast forward to the trash talking of my sensei and myself. He's the greatest. He'll beat me. I can't score on him. I'll do this. I'll do that. He'll stop me. So I'm like, all right. Enough. All right. And I played basketball in the Marine Corps. I played against not professional, but like organized basketball. Okay. I played a 2-guard, so I could bring it. I've seen talent. I can play some basketball, man. Especially like a 2-on-2 or 3-on-3 half-court game. That's like, easy shit compared to a 5-on-5 full court fucking game where it's hard to score. You have 5 people to get through to score. When you're playing 2-on-2 or 3-on-3, you know, the court is a lot easier to fucking score on. So anyway, you get my logic there. Fast forward to the game, all the trash talking. It was like 4 of us, so we get a couple other students involved. We got a 2-on-2. One of my good buddies, you know, we're all in our mid-30s now, and you know, I'm a little bit way past my prime in my mid-30s when we start this game, and my sensei is, I got 5 years on him, so he's in his late 20s. And I definitely had to take some Motrins before we play. I'm service connected from my knees. I had torn cartilage in both my knees. So I'm like half semi-retired from, you know, I got a military pension from being damaged, you know. So anyway, I take some Motrins that day because I know I'm going to be sore afterwards. We play 2-on-2 basketball, you know, and after the initial warm-ups, we get the game going, and, you know, I don't remember, no, it's a little foggy, okay? But you definitely would remember a defeat. We did not lose that night. That day, I did not lose against my sensei. Now, we played 3 matches, 3 games. They were hard-fought games, tight D. A lot of trash talk was being, you know, spoke of, you know, predating to this game. Like, this was a lot of build up. So everybody was gonna bring their A friggin' game, and they were gonna D up because there was a lot of respect and trash talking on the line, you know. We had gone up, me and my friend had gone up against him and another student. We had gone up 2-0. We won the first 2 games. We played, the first one we played 11 point wins the game, and that was over really quickly. Then we went to a 15-point game. We beat them. It was even tighter game because the defense was starting to increase. By the 3rd game, we had attracted some attention. So there was some bystanders, some other dudes that wanted to get in. So we made it a 3-on-3. Now, all 3 of these games I played against my sensei. And up until the 3rd game, he didn't D up on me. I mean, magically, you know, all the trash talking of how great he can play defense. I was watching. I mean, he was D'ing up on his guy. You know, I noticed he was cheating. You know, he was charging. He was setting like these illegal picks, moving picks. Now, I was D'ing up, so, you know, I'm not going to notice a moving pick to my left as I'm, you know, D'ing the guy in front of me. He clipped me with these friggin' moving picks a couple times. It was like running into a fucking wall, being blindsided, running into his moving picks. I didn't, you know, I didn't complain. I barely called any fouls unless it was like basically calling on my shirt if I would get past him. This 3rd game, he was D'ing up on me. All right, I'm like, this is what I want, man. You talk all this shit, and you know, like this previous 2 games, I'm bringing it, right? You're mine, right? I got you in this game 3. We played 21, 3-on-3. I'm already beaten up. I've been running into his picks. I've been pulled on by, you know, he's been pulling me after I get past him. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Foul! Like, stop pulling on my shit. He's like, defense, it's strategy. To foul you, it's strategy. Otherwise, you get a layup. I'm like, all right. So, as this 3rd game progresses, it becomes from a basketball game to a fucking martial arts contest on a public basketball court here on Long Island. It became every ball possession, you were actually, like, I'm actually like fighting to get past him. It just turned out into like an all-out friggin' MMA friggin' match we were all like fighting on the floor over this damn basketball shit because I got tired of him like martial arts fucking fouling me. I'm like, dude, this is fucking basketball, not fucking ninjutsu. Last time I checked, this is basketball, not fucking football. Like, stop beating the shit out of me over a fucking jump shot, man. So, I mean, that's how the fucking 3rd game fucking ended. We literally had the 2 strangers that came to join us to make it to 3-on-3. They were like perplexed, you know, how intense like the fucking defense and the trash talking and the fucking martial arts fucking defense fouling. Like, I was trying to play it clean, but eventually got to the point like, fuck you. Like, I was like, for every rebound, I was like, oh, I'd jump over you, over the back, and show you my ups, dude. Like, I'll grab those rebounds. You want to like fucking elbow me to box me out? I'm gonna fucking leap over you like a monkey and out rebound you. It was just an amazing fucking hard fought fucking basketball game that I'll never forget. And I'll also never forget, for about 3 weeks afterwards, I was limping around eating painkillers like candy, like Motrins, just the anti-inflammatories, because my knees blew up like balloons from that day. And I have never played basketball since. About fucking 10 years ago, 9-10 years ago. I have never played basketball since. I'll never forget. That's my last basketball game. My last basketball game. I'm retired, aside from playing in my driveway with my children. Yeah, I can't handle it. But yeah, it was a great last competitive basketball game on a public court. Yeah, and I'll never forget it. That's my story, guys. I hope you found it entertaining. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you for Wednesday Night Live. I'm going to be playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on the Sega Dreamcast with my Dreamcast arcade stick. See you Wednesday Night Live. Peace out, everyone.